What are we making today? You guessed it. This is the base for a chicken pot pie. Stay tuned. We have garlic, basil, bell pepper, green onion, fresh parsley, celery, potatoes, olive oil, flour, chicken broth, heavy whipping cream, thyme, garlic. That's what we're going to need for the chicken, of course. We're using the 5 chicken breasts. Diced up, we're going to roast those in the oven. And for the crust, we're going to make a pastry crust using our food processor. And I'll show you that next. Purple onion, celery, potatoes, and carrots into a large pot. Then we're going to pour the chicken stock over the top and let those start to simmer. Add the 1 can of chicken stock to the vegetables. And we want to cover with filtered water the vegetables. There's 1 cup of filtered water, 2, and that's about 3 right there. 3 cups of filtered water to cover the vegetables. Put them on a medium to low fire, about a 4 on an electric stove. It's about a medium heat, and we're going to bring those up to boil, or do it slowly. And to that, we're going to also add in, this is 1 tablespoon of chicken stock. We're going to do 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of chicken stock. Bring that up to a boil. Then we're going to simmer that. A large skillet. We're going to add some extra virgin olive oil. Not much. Then we're going to add in our onions. We have the green onion, the red onion, and a little bit of bell pepper. I like bell pepper based on the mirepoix from Louisiana. And we're going to go ahead and saute this. And we're not going to add the butter in just yet. We're going to set this just in the olive oil just to bring it translucent. 5 boneless, skinless, with as much fat as removed as possible chicken breasts that we're going to add to the boiling pot. It should look something like this here. Just your vegetables and your boneless chicken breast. And we have this on low, medium low, and bring it up slowly. All right, this ingredients is for a 2 crust. You need 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and 16 tablespoons of butter, which is 4 to 6 tablespoons of cold water. We're going to be adding this. We're going to use a food processor. Okay, we're going to need you to pulse this for 1 second, 3 times each. So hit the pulse button. Okay, that just made sure everything was stirred up inside there. Now we're going to add the chopped butter. We're going to take, this is double the recipe. We're doing 4 pie crusts, so we're going to actually need 4 sticks of butter. A tip here is we take our butter and we place it in the freezer about 10 minutes before we start, so it's going to be icy cold. So here we are, we have our butter in it, and now my assistant's going to go ahead and pulse it. Same thing, 1 second pulse until it turns to like almost, crumbs. Go ahead. Keep going. 1 second. Mississippi. Alright, let's check the consistency. What do we have here? This, it's got some nice lumps in there. Okay, but they're not pea size. I see some larger pieces, so we're going to go give it a little bit more. See some of those pieces just a little bit too large. So we want to get them about the size of a green pea on this recipe. How are we looking?
Still got some ones that are still a little bit bigger than pea size.
Check that. That looks great. I love that consistency. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go with that. We'll continue in just a minute. Add in a tablespoon of water at a time. while you pulse it. Wait for it to come together. Okay, just stop. As you can see right there, it's starting to come together. Pulse it a couple more times. Again. Okay. Again. Again. As you're doing this, you're creating heat, so you want to watch it and make sure it comes together. Okay, again. Do it again. One more time. I still need a little bit more. Okay, there we go. That sounds about right. Now we're going to go ahead and open it and look at what we're working with. As you can see our dough, that's what you want. We're going to roll this out. Okay, we don't want to work this too much. We just want to get it floured a little bit here. We want to form it. You don't want to melt the butter with your warm hands that's in here. But we do want to knead it a few times to bring it all together. We're going to refrigerate this here for about an hour before we use it. There we go. That's how you want it. Right about there. What I'm going to do is, since I know I have 4 crusts here, is I'm going to divide this into 4. Use your pastry knife. I'm going to individually wrap these in saran wrap, place them in the refrigerator, and let them get cold. About an hour would be sufficient, but you don't have to wait that long if you don't want to. Something about the refrigerator, when they're cold, makes them handle better, from my experience. It's one. I'm going to wrap those up. We'll be back. They are all ready to go in the refrigerator to cool for about 1 hour. It could be a little less, but an hour always makes them firm enough to roll out and they'll be nice and flaky. Keep them cold. Let's check on our chicken. As you can see, you don't want to cook this till it's totally done. But you want to make sure your potatoes, those are nice, and your carrots, which take the longest, they're nice, they're done. So this is pretty much done. We're going to remove this from the fire. Set that on the bag burner. We're ready. Here we have our If you're wondering why this is comfort food, I can just assure you that I've already gone through 4 sticks of butter in the crust. And here goes a whole nother stick of butter going here. That's 5 sticks of whole butter. But we're also doing a lot, so if you're doing a normal recipe, you'd only go through 2 to 3. So we're doing double the recipe, so. Remember, I have a little olive oil in there already. That's unsalted butter. Oh, you can only smell this. What does it smell like, Keith? Nothing?
I don't know. It smells great.
Like Thanksgiving or stuffing. That's what comes to mind when I say it.
Maybe a little fat here. It smells like food. So if anything smells like food, I'm happy.
Good food, huh?
Yeah.